No, angels don't have DNA because they're not physical beings.
Got me triggered.
And also, there are ancient. I mean, there are ancient Jewish commentaries that offer up reasons for why the flood happened. One of which being that it's because men were entering into contracts with other men.
Conspiracy theories about Nephilim and stuff.
I don't think it's the main reason, but I think it's part of it.
Well, like quote unquote
Sodom and Gomorrah.
But in reality, every Christian ignores the word of God and idolizes every sin they were told to ignore. Let me tell you some little hint of why God sent me is to remind you that you have literally forgotten everything that was told. So let me do a little bit of the prophecy shit here. Maybe not prophecy, word of God shit, whatever it's fucking called. I don't give a shit. You were never meant to be content with the riches of the world, yeah? You were meant to be the light. Explain to me why we got to the point where people, oh wait, hey, here comes jealousy, looks at their neighbors and say, well, because they have this, I'm not rich. I'm not wealthy beyond the means that I can't even understand. We have gotten to the point where the average American is a king compared to the people of old. We get to the point where we look at others who have so much more and say, since we have less than them, we need more. When we should be comparing ourselves to the poorest of those around us. And not just in America. No, borders of man is nothing, no concern to God. You look at the poorest and say, how much more do I have to them? Do I have too much? That's how you're supposed to look at it. But no, Christian Americans over here want to pretend like they're not filled with greed because they have less than other people. Should we talk about lust? You think it was God's plan for women to wake up every day to throw some paint on? You think maybe it has something to do with the man's intentions and wanting their women to be more attractive? You think maybe red lipstick has something to do with maybe sexual desires? Do we have to break it down? Because I could go on a whole video about that. You think maybe it was the devil telling our ancestors, take a step. It's alright, it's not a big step. God's not gonna send you to hell. It's just a little step. So your ancestors took a step, yeah? And then the devil said, hey, you know what? It was just to say nothing bad happened. Take another step. And maybe that's it. Maybe they took 2 steps toward the devil. But then, when they have kids, where do you think the kids start off? Where the father left them. So the devil now says, well, this is normal. So your father did this. Why don't you take a step? So the kid takes a step. And then throughout his life, devil gets him to take another step. And maybe another step. So that's 3 steps. Added to the 2 steps his father took. And then another kid is born. And where's that kid left off? Oh, guess what? Where the father left him. And now he's used to where the devil left his father. The devil gets the kid to take another step. You'll wonder why we are in the mess today. It's because we have taken so many small steps in our lineage. We have gotten to this point now. Bro, I don't give a shit if anyone doesn't believe me. I really don't. I'm not here to hold your hand and coddle you and say, please believe me, I am who I'm saying I am. You got free will. You can use your brain, so start using it. I'm here I am a hand of discipline. You all are fucking up so much that God was like, yo, send someone who has this type of mouth, this type of attitude, and whip you into shape. Wake up to why shit's happening why shit's happening for us. It's our fault. And until you realize it, until we start bitching around and start really handling shit right, it's gonna get worse. Because remember, you have free will. You can do whatever you want with it. Don't believe me? Just take a heed of my words. Maybe let it mull around in your head for a little bit and be like, okay, I can see how the devil got some steps going. I can maybe compute with that. And then start picking apart all the shit that's going on in the world and really start seeing how the devil works in it. And stop talking about Nephilim and start talking about the real shit you can change. Bro.